Hi my friends, I'm Suki the Brown-Eyed Stitcher, and today is September 19th. Yes, Friday. I have some things to show, and I've got a village spotlight. So let's actually start with the village spotlight. I think my brain is still kind of waking up today because it is. Anyway, okay, so this first picture comes because I had showed a pattern I got at the Canada retreat that was a mythical dragon. It had like 2 different dragon patterns in it, and she had stitched one of them, which you can now see here. It's a Janlynn and was a kit that was chosen by her son a few years ago. She stitched it pretty much straight away. She was monogamous back then, and now it is on display in his bedroom. You can find her on Instagram at Coffee and Cross Stitch Nicola. I really hope I'm saying that right, Nicola, but I will be popping their information in the description box too. Okay, so my brain is definitely struggling to find words. This is too early, but I'm driving the rest of this week. Not the day. Oh my gosh. I am going from Maine to New Hampshire today, so I may have some like stops to make along the way, and yeah. Anyway, okay, so next, this is Hostess V sent this to me. I was trying to see if she had a social media. She does not. So this person, Hostess V, she had left a comment on my video saying that like she only had her husband to show her stitching to. So I'm very excited. Like, that's exactly what I want for this village limelight is like, whether or not you have social media or somebody to show it to, I especially hope for the people who don't have anybody to show it to but want to kind of like share that fun, to be able to have a place. So she did tell me that she is a monogamous stitcher, and this piece that she is showing today that she's working on is Sagrado Corazon, perhaps, by SisterShakespeare on Etsy. And she says about it, it's so much fun to stitch because you never know what color you'll be stitching next. Chartreuse next to neon pink? Heck yeah, let's do this. It is an 18 count fabric 1/1 full cross. And yes, she sent me the link to the pattern, so I will be dropping that into the description box down below. Layla, who is a brand new Flosstuber, but has been on Instagram for a while. Layla Gaya on Instagram and Layla Stitches on YouTube. Again, that'll be in the description box. She's been working on Nocturnal Messenger, which I'm going to show today in my own projects, but she is much further along than I am. Probably twice, double the amount. Yeah, there we go, double the amount. Anyway, so she started it at the same time that I did, but has definitely worked it more. She's doing it 1/1 full cross on 28 weave, and yes, like I said, she just started a Flosstube video and has already been the recipient of like, this stitching community is just amazing. Like, especially when you make videos at the beginning, it can be very, very nerve-wracking. Like, is anybody going to watch? Is anybody, like, you just have all of these kind of self-doubts. Like, why am I putting myself out there? And then you just do it, and the stitching community is the best community to do it among. So, if anyone's on the fence about making any Flosstube videos, I highly recommend it. Like, don't think about it too hard. Just do it. The community is fantastic. All right, now this last project is from Alara. She's on a bit of a hiatus from filming right now, so I've got this project. It's called A Little Magic, I think, and it's a Stitchrovia and the Congdon pattern, and it's stitched on navy 14 count navy Zweigart Ada, which she says she's found to be her least favorite fabric to stitch on. Yes, but this pattern was designed to be on navy, so the colors are like, they pop amazingly. And I really just want to point out, it's there's these witches and they're holding wands, and every time I look at the picture, I just see, like, it just makes me think unicorn horn on a witch. So, but you wouldn't call that a witch's horn. It's a unicorn horn. Anyway, if there's any backstitch that appears in me, I don't know if there is. I assume that there's going to be a backstitch to like differentiate that this is like an arm holding a wand. But I could be wrong. Anyway, yes, Alara, I'll pop her information down below. She has Instagram and YouTube. But like I said, she is taking a hiatus from videos right now. Okay. We'll get to, I'll show you my projects. Like I said, I actually forgot that I had worked on Nocturnal Messenger. It's only been 2 weeks and 2 days since I filmed. But yes, I definitely forgot I worked on Nocturnal Messenger. This is by LuthienArtShop. She has her own website now. And I had other projects and things happen that made me forget, but it's written down that I put in 330 stitches, and I'm fairly positive it was all down here in the moon. I'm fairly positive it was like one color the whole way. So I really am close to the bird's head. Is it a crow or a raven? I guess we're gonna call it a raven. But yeah. This project, I think, is going to become my next focus piece because it's very seasonally appropriate. Those the bag it's in, and that's just kind of what I'm feeling right now. So I think it's going to become my next focus piece. Now the thing I'm not sure about is if I will get to anything else. Like, my idea is like I'll still rotate through my projects that I've got, but I've also been having like this big monogamous feel, but I don't know if that's, I don't know. We're just vibing right now, okay? Why did I just pick up my book here? I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so I had a big finish. This is Woodland Enchantress, a Gold Collections, Dimensions Gold Collection kit. And yes, I want to acquire the other 3 seasons and stitch them all. And I think that if I had owned another one and had it on hand with me here, I probably would have started it like immediately, but I neither have any of the other ones, nor definitely not here with me in my Airbnb. So yeah, there's no way that I can do this justice on a video, but okay, let me talk. So we know that the background has a lot of like half stitches, ranging from like, I don't know if any of the half stitches were 2 strands, but it definitely went up to like 5 or 6, right? So you had to pay attention to a lot of that. Most of her is full crosses, but not everywhere. A lot of the leaves were had the half cross in them. And then what I did was the back stitching. Okay, so there's back stitching among the hair that you can't even see, because like you can see the effect of it, but you can't see the actual stitching. But then you can see what's there. So her hair has back stitching. There's some back stitching up here. In the wreath, there's these green leaves that you can see have been back stitched. We've got the lines for the curves of her skirt, her overskirt. Where else was back? Oh, the staff has back stitching. And then these like snowballs, there's like little V's, those were back stitching. So there was some back stitching, but like I like back stitching, it was fun. And then I did the couching. The couching was like, I had to get into it. So there were like 7 colors of backstitch, right? But there's like 4 kinds of couching colors too. And 2 of them were blends even. So with gold metallic. I will say that this gold metallic, since I wasn't really stitching with it ever, just couching, which is different. Couching is where you lay the thread on top and then you just like tack it in place. So I actually found that this gold metallic thread from the kit, it actually was better if I did not beeswax it. So if anyone's taking that on, that's what I found, because I wasn't really stitching with it in and out of the fabric. Anyway, so couching. It's everywhere. So down here is couching. This was honestly a lot of fun, just because, like, look at that hem. It's so fun. It was so fun. It's so fun. Okay, and then I got to, like, the bands, okay? Now, you can interpret these bands, like, the way the pattern shows it, several ways. And I tried to look up what the cover photo looked like, because I don't have the cover photo with me, but I wasn't finding like high quality pictures that I could like zoom in on, but I did find somebody's stitched version, and I zoomed in and I could see like that they did it one way, you know, like I was seeing that there were variations, but I was kind of seeing it like this curvy thing, and I took it to my daughter, and I was like, all right, help me figure this out. Like, just help, you know, be some of my brain, and we came to pretty much the same consensus about it. So but I do think that there's other ways to interpret it, and I think that they are all like fantastic. Anyway, so I just had to figure out how I was going to work it, and once I figured that out in my brain, and set up like the foundation couching, then I could finish out the rest, and it went, I won't say pretty quick, because it was still kind of a challenge, but I mean, slow going, I guess, but oh my goodness, the effect. So there's couching up here even, but all of this is couching. Like I said, this hem was couching. All of this up here, this is couching here, and this right here, and the staff. That's all couching. Yeah, it was major. It was a lot. And then I went to the cording, which is her belt here, and this is like, you thread it through the back, so it literally is like a belt on her, and then you tack it down like you would cording, and then you've got like these little ends. I liked it. It has a little bit of gold metallic in it, so that's fun. And then I did the French knots, which there's like about 200 French knots in this thing. So you've got all of this snow throughout here, and then you've got all of these yellow ones that's up here. Those are also French knots. And then I did the beads, which are all here. That was easy because I had figured out where everything needed to be because of the V's, and then I just had to, when I was back stitching, and then I just had to place the beads there. Yeah. I will say one thing that helps when you're doing, when I was working on this, was like to figure out the pattern. If I could figure out the pattern and see where something was supposed to go, is a lot easier to just do it instead of like micromanage every single stitch, if that makes sense. So, and that was true. That's true of like any of this detailing. Is if I could see like going down the staff that it hit on this angle, like every, I won't even explain it because, but like in my brain it was like, oh, it's gonna hit on the second one of this before it juts in, and then it goes to the second one before it juts in, and then I could just like do it. Or if you know, like, oh, it's following this curve, right? It's easy to more or less just follow the curve and then reference the pattern for maybe some particulars, but that just helped a lot in my brain. And of course the French knots, like it's literally snow and flowers in a hair, so like you don't have to be exactly placed. There's actually one extra French knot in here because I started them in the wrong spot. And so there's like 2 up here that are in the wrong spot, but then, and I added one more, but then didn't like re-stitch the other ones. I don't care. It's just snow and it's in her dress. You can't even see it. I mean, you can, but like no. Anyway, I just couldn't stop working on her. So I didn't. I just kept going and I did it. It did take me, let's see, 2,813 more stitches over the last couple weeks to finish her up. I am so pleased with her. I think, look at her, she's just gorgeous. She's so gorgeous. Okay, so then I moved on to my next project in my rotation, which is the Summer Garden by the Drawn Thread. This project was almost finished, so I knew that within this rotation it was probably going to be done, and that's what happened. So it was literally like the day after I finished Woodland Enchantress that I did this one. This fabric is a summer khaki. Oh, it's a linen, but I can't remember if it's a 32 count or not. I don't know. And I was working down here, finishing up some of these flowers, and then I had the leaves of the roses, but then I needed to do the stem work and the flowers themselves, and then all of these words, which you can see, I definitely ended up it's the same thread, but like all the other words are like in the lighter ones, and this one I just happened to pick a darker one and I went with it. I'm not changing that thing out. I feel like the Suki of 2 years ago probably would have changed that out, but like I know how to let things go so much easier now than I did then. Anyway, so yes, I still think that I would have preferred a different fabric, but it does look so lovely. Just a different color fabric. This linen in particular is a very soft linen. I would not put this one in a hoop. I did at some point, and I didn't like what it was doing with the fabric itself. But it was very easy to stitch in hand, so I did. And there's, yeah, specialties all over the place. It looks so good. My eye gets drawn to these ones a lot, but I enjoyed stitching all of it. Yeah. Okay. So then I moved on to my next project, and at that point I was like, whoa, I had 2 finishes in 1 week, because that was like Tuesday and Wednesday that I had those finishes, and I was like, I'm just gonna, you know, move on, prep the next project. Like, well, that turned out to be Phoenix, my stamped kit from Oraloa, and I get it in this size Q Narge hoop, and everything I needed to stitch on fit right here. So I was like, well, I guess let's see if like this monogamous feeling that I was having from Woodland Enchantress, I'm like, I don't know, maybe it'll stick around and I'll finish it up, because my eye goes like, that's not that far. And it was less than 4,000 stitches later. I finished this last night. I haven't even posted on Instagram yet, so because it was late when I finished it, and so I didn't get a good picture, but does not it look amazing? It has a very little backstitch amount, all in like up here in the wings and around the head. It's a very, very little backstitch. I'm so pleased with it. It looks so good. So stamped kits can be hard to get like that detail and things. I think Oraloa nailed it. And one thing is because they use a lot of colors. There was like 58 colors. Yeah, 58 colors in here. And so they were able to do shading and things that you wouldn't have been able to do if they only had, you know, like 20 colors, right? So good. I do have another stamped kit by Oraloa somewhere in a box, but we'll save that until like my brain says I need another stamped kit. But yes, I had 3 finishes in 1 week. Is that not insane? Yes, they were all like approaching finishes, and they were like, Phoenix is the one that I've had access to like this whole time with moving and everything. But it's crazy. It is crazy that I had 3 finishes in 1 week. So pleased with that. So what's coming up? So I'm keeping my bin. I'm not really pulled to start anything. Like there's projects that I do want to start, but I don't actually want to take that, like, I just don't want to right now. Like truly, when I consider it deeply, I don't want to, and I'm okay with that. So my bin here is just like 3 projects smaller now. It's so fun. So I have 1 Nocturnal Messenger, Twisted Band Sampler, Green Hill, Sabrina, No Smoking, Pavon for These Times, Canopy Hearts, Cirque de Caro, and 1 to Rule Them All. So I have 9 projects here in my bin. And if I do ever feel like pulling another active or inactive whip, I'll do that. Or if I want to start a new thing, I'll do that. Like I said, I'm really going with vibes right now, but right now, I'm really enjoying just like going through this as I am. Now, none of these projects that I have in here are like anywhere close to a finish. So I don't know if I will feel like let's be monogamous until it's done, or let's be monogamous for like 5,000 stitches. I have no idea what I'm going to feel like. So my idea is that I will rotate through using Nocturnal Messenger as like my every other project focal piece. But when I start when I'm working on a project, I do have like a minimum stitch count to hit, and if I hit that and I want to move on, I'll move on. But if I just want to keep on going, I'm just going to keep on going until I'm done. So when I come back in a couple weeks, I don't know, we might just be looking at 1 project and any village limelight that we have to show off. I have no idea. I really don't. Let's see, what else is new in life though? There's no news on the house front. Yeah, no news, 0. And dance classes started. We just finished our 2nd week, and I was going to be taking 3 classes. They had 3 adult dance classes this year, but one of them got postponed, which is fine because the one that I was really looking forward to is still there. My challenge with it is that I don't know how to die or not die. I don't know how to not die. I don't sweat easily. So my face and head heats up and holds the heat. It doesn't get rid of it. So, it's like last night I had a towel with me, like a cooling towel. You put water on it and then you can, you shake it to like re-cool it down. But like I was warming the towel up so fast, and then I was like shaking it, and like I didn't feel as dead as the week before, so I do think it helped, but I don't like feeling like I can't put as much effort as I want to put and can put, because I also have to manage like this heat thing, this overheating, I don't know, and I get like so red, and then it's cooling down. It takes a while, and it's weird because like I'll go through this period where I'm really warm, and then and then I feel really cold, and so I have to like double up on blankets, and then I get like really warm. It's weird, but it's a whole process every time. But anytime I overheat, and I just dance class heat overheating, it's not long enough in the overheating stage to cause a headache. Not like mowing the lawn at my other house did, because I was mowing for like 2 or 3 hours in the Virginian heat, and that was headache inducing. Dance class for an hour is not that bad, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. And this what's fun about this particular class is it's actually right after one of Kaylin's classes. So Kaylin has a class upstairs, I'm downstairs. So when her class finishes, she like comes down and joins my class. Like, she's not like an official student, but my teacher is one of her teachers, and was like, oh yeah, totally, Kaylin, like come on in, you can join us if you want. And there's not very many students, there's me. The first week there were 3 of us, but one was had never danced before, and she felt like this was too advanced for her, so I don't think she's coming back. She wasn't there last night. But then there is somebody else lined up, but she was sick, so anyway, so there's just 2 of us right now, plus my daughter and my teacher. It's just like this little thing, and we can, like, it's a non-performing class, so there's not like a choreographed dance that we're working towards, but we could if we wanted to. We just got a lot of say in what happens in this class, like, and so last night he was like, if there's any like techniques you want to learn, or like we can try these different things, or like I can gear the next class by whatever, like if there's something that you have in mind. And I literally said, I was like I want what she has, and I pointed to my daughter. I'm like, I want what she has now that I couldn't get as a teenager. Like I know my body's not a teenager's body, and that's fine. But like I'm not here just to have fun. Like, it's fun to me, but like I want the technique. I want to improve. I want to try all the things. Like, I might not be able to do it, and I'm gonna have to manage like my overheating and not dying, but like, you could bring anything here and I'm going to try it. And my friend in the class with me, we're in both classes together. Anyway, she's like, same. She wants to try all the things. And it's fun, like when it's like push off here, or it is those things. Like, it's that detailed, like point that toe in the back of your leap, and it's like, yes, that's what I want to hear. Or we were talking about like going on releve, and we were talking about my particular foot and the balance in the ball, because it can't really be, yeah, anyway, we can get into those kind of details, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I just wish that there was something I could do to stop or help manage the overheating better. But I think my cloth is the way that I'm going to be able to do that. I don't have another solution. I have no other idea. Anyway, that's pretty much what's been happening. Anyway, so I'm going to be heading to see my pets this weekend and spend time with them. Anytime I'm back there, it is rare to not have a cat on me or wanting my attention, a dog wanting my attention. Like, it's rare. I miss them, and it's clear that they miss me. So I try to spend some like quality time with them while I'm there, and you know, help them remember that I don't think they feel abandoned. Like they like Steven, but even his cat comes both to Kaylin and I, and yeah, they've all meshed together so well. Man, this is making me cry. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna go see my pets today. And yeah. I can't think. Oh, Kaylin's been in driver's ed. She has finished. No. Yes, she's finished her in-car driving instruction portion. She's working on her online course. It's like a hybrid. There's a certain number of hours they've done in-person class, and then there's another certain amount that's online, and then you've got the in-person driving part. And on the next week, she finishes all of that up and will come away with a learner's permit, and she can start driving, but with me. But yes, driving. I mean, she's been. What's funny about the in-person driving that she had was the first day she was like, I'm bad at braking. I'm terrible at braking. Braking is terrible. I hate it so much. I'm like, braking is literally just like learning how to rub your stomach and pat your head. It's like she has to judge distances and dance all the time, so that you don't like run into people, so you land where you need to land, all of these things, right? And so I'm like, you'll figure it out. Like, your brain will figure it out. This was literally just the first day. So day 3 was her first day on the highway, and she goes, highways are great. I love the highway. You don't have to brake very much on the highway. Yes, there's zero concern. I got a few evaluations from her instructor, and it was all pretty much that. Like, there's no like obvious problem that she does. She just has to figure out when to brake in order to stop in the appropriate time. Like, that's just practice, and she's getting better already. So I say that from the way that she talks about it, not because I've been in the car with her yet, because I can't yet. But next week, soon, we did find out certain things, like I was looking around in the different states to see if she would be able to drive in the different states. So she can drive in New Hampshire. Interestingly, New Hampshire doesn't, you don't get a learner's permit in New Hampshire. So that's interesting, but you can drive there with an out-of-state permit. The only other state that I really needed to check was where her father lives in Arizona. And the information I can find was that she cannot drive there with an out-of-state permit. I was trying to find it on their official site, and I was like, you know what, this is not my, like, I couldn't initially, and as I just passed that off to him. I'm like, if this is a thing that you and she want to do when she is visiting you before she has her driver's license, you need to find if it is allowed by law. Like if they've changed their information since the information I could find. Anyway, yeah, that about sums up life. And yeah, I'm happy to have been back. I will come back in another couple weeks. And yeah, I'm actually going to do the drive, and I'll edit this later on today. Not that this means anything to you guys, but it should still go up today on Friday. So thank you for sticking around, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.